CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Evan Kenny.
Good evening. Cumbersome, lengthy, and frustrating. That's how workers and voters described last fall's municipal election. The city auditor found new provincial rules, including a ban on tabulator machines, complicated the election process. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
From long lines and new forms to multiple ballots that had to be hand-counted, October's municipal election was a challenge. Edmonton Elections surveyed more than 8,000 workers and voters about the experience.
15% of the voters felt a lot of frustration with the forms that were required, the validation and verification steps before we would provide ballots, and the multi-station workflow that voters had to go to.
Most voters reported it took them less than 30 minutes to cast a ballot. Only 16% said it took more than an hour.
And there was 2% where we did have voting stations where people were standing in line for over 2 hours. We recognize that that is not the level of service that we're striving for.
Returning officer Aileen Giesbrecht told councillors she plans to improve the training. This time, volunteers took a 2-hour self-guided online course and spent a few hours with an instructor. It was a major undertaking, given how many people needed training.
We had over 6,400 people working in this election, and I had low 3,000s in 2021.
So it's almost double.
Yeah.
Councillor John Morgan also asked about an issue at a polling station in his ward where 5 ballot boxes had gone uncounted on election day. While Edmonton Elections says those boxes were never missing, Giesbrecht explained new rules contributed to the mix-up.
We found that extremely confusing. We were required to put spoiled ballots, all election forms, and any additional paperwork into ballot boxes, so that we counted all the ballot boxes, but not all the ballot boxes had ballots in them.
The city auditor highlighted another complication. Since the province banned vote tabulators, she could not verify the election results as usual.
I'm unable to do that with hand counting. There's too many locations. And
Councillor Morgan says despite all the challenges, Edmontonians demonstrated a strong commitment to the democratic process.
Pretty proud of that fact, actually, for Edmontonians to be that committed to it, but I can understand their frustrations.
The province is doing its own review, and Edmonton Elections will release a comprehensive debrief in the coming months. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The federal justice minister says Ottawa is not considering changes to the way judges are appointed. Sean Fraser made the comments today in response to a letter sent by Premier Danielle Smith to the Prime Minister. The letter asks for reform of the judicial appointment process. Smith wants the province to be consulted on future appointments to Alberta's Court of King's Bench, the Alberta Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court of Canada. She goes on to suggest a committee and Alberta's Justice Minister could have a say in the selection. The letter says without input, Alberta could withhold money for new appointments. Fraser says judicial independence is crucial.
At risk of stating the obvious, it's essential that we have a judiciary who's able to make decisions without fear or favor amongst those who have the power to appoint or, in theory, remove a judge from the bench. When you start to look at how you can protect that independence, certainly ensuring that there's not political threats about the resources that are going to be made available to them to do their jobs as part of it. But another part is actually have integrity in the appointment process to begin with.
The federal government has advisory committees for judicial appointments for each province. Provincial justice ministers can submit names of people they would like to see on the committees. A University of Alberta researcher is working to bring attention to undetected murders using illicit substances in Edmonton. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more on hotshot murders and why they're described as the perfect crime.
Criminologist Marta Marika Urbanik has spent years researching why some overdose deaths go undetected.
This is different than other overdose deaths because the intention here is to murder someone.
The term is known as a hot shot or hot cap murder. A victim is given a substance like fentanyl or other illicit substances to make their deaths look like an overdose.
We've seen all kinds of motivations, from gang-related reasons, fights over turf and territory, drug money, oftentimes people owing debt. To send a message is a common one.
Urbanic says hotshot murders are effective because they're easy to dismiss. According to Recovery Alberta, there were 941 drug poisoning deaths certified by medical examiner in 2025. That doesn't include unintentional fentanyl-related deaths.
So individuals wanting to kill others unfortunately recognize that this is a way that it can be done with limited investigative eyes on them oftentimes.
Hot shots are described as the perfect crime, as it's difficult for investigators to find evidence and track down.
I have numerous cases in my head where this was talked about and I was told about it and brought it forward, and there was really nothing we could do about it.
Dan Jones is a retired Edmonton police officer and the chair of justice studies at Norquest College. He spent years investigating homicides, including hotshot murders. He says the method gives gangs and pimps more power over the streets.
From being in that perspective and sitting there and having that information and not being able to do anything with it because you can't is really frustrating, and it's really frustrating for the police.
Edmonton Police Service says the issue isn't highly prevalent in the city, but is aware it happens.
Just like anything associated to the opioid crisis, there is some concern, but I think that there's a narrative being spun that this is happening on a regular basis, and I don't see that personally.
Regardless, Jones and Urbanic say hotshots are still concerning as they target marginalized Edmontonians. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
A 50-year-old man has been charged after police seized drugs and contraband cigarettes. Police searched a North Edmonton home last month as part of a drug trafficking investigation. They found more than 2 kilograms of cocaine, 4,200 cartons of illegal smokes, and more than $126,000 in cash. A man arrested during the search is now facing 8 charges, including drug trafficking. A local recovery center is showcasing technology it says is helping patients make progress. Ryu Paralysis Recovery Center held an open house today to show off its equipment, including the All-Core 360. The machine works 51 muscles in 10 minutes. It's the equivalent of a 90-minute core workout, all done sitting down. It also helps with lower back pain and mothers healing postpartum. Ryu says it's always trying to bring new methods to Canada.
Ryu as a whole has just really transformed what recovery means to a lot of families. We've had kids take their first steps here. We've had adults hug their kids again. We've had different people put their hair in ponytails and eat again, and just that level of independence.
Ryu says patients visit from across the world. Coyotes are starting to leave their dens as mating season begins. If you run into one, local organizations say they usually mean no harm. As CTV's Connor Hogg explains, there are simple ways to get coyotes to leave you alone.
Oh my God, that's a full-on coyote. Yeah.
An unexpected visitor in the backyard of a North Edmonton home on Friday, signifying the time of year when you may find yourself sharing walking trails with wildlife.
You see them every once in a while.
Are they just a fact of life in the neighborhood?
Oh, I think so nowadays.
There's been a lot of times where we'll warn people when we're walking, you know, of 2 ladies coming along, and we know there's one, we just passed it, and my dog scares them off.
Having Kane by Carla Chalafout's side usually deters coyotes from getting too close. Still, she's had to offer a neighbor shelter in her backyard from some 4-legged stalkers.
For just being so frightened, they were following her with her smaller dog, but once she got in the yard, she was definitely very, very scared of the fact that they could attack her.
Wild North Alberta says the best thing you should do if you find yourself in that situation is to make yourself as big as possible, hold your ground, and don't attack.
Stay calm. You don't want to panic. You don't want to run away. You want to act big, act loud. We even recommend gently tossing things towards them. Never hit them with anything, of course.
Jillian Van Kooten with Wild North Alberta says it's not unusual to see more coyotes out and about in early February. She says it's important to keep in mind that coyotes have to live somewhere, and humans need to coexist with them.
So they'll start mating kind of this time of year, being a bit more active, especially on the warmer days. As it gets closer to the end of winter, we'll see them a little bit more.
So the next time you find an unexpected surprise,
maintain that natural human fear they have of us. Their first inclination is going to generally be to run away, not to attack.
Stand your ground, and maybe find someone intimidating to help. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Canadian Olympians took part in a panel discussion today looking to inspire girls. To celebrate National Women and Girls in Sport Day, School Sport Alberta hosted a panel. It included Canadian basketball and 3x3 players Catherine and Michelle Plouffe. It also featured coaches and women working behind the scenes. The goal is to make women and girls feel supported and ultimately to keep more playing sports. Organizers say the growth of professional women's sports is helping.
Maybe they never saw themselves as being a professional athlete or being on TV because it's usually in a male-dominated space. Just gives them more opportunity to be seen, to play, and just to strive and do their best.
School Sport Alberta oversees nearly a dozen sports for more than 400 high schools across the province. Oilers forward Leon Draisaitl has been chosen as a German flag bearer for the Winter Olympics.
Wow. Dankeschön, vielen Dank. Ja, ich weiß gar nicht so wirklich, was ich gerade sagen soll.
The German Olympic team shared this video of Draisaitl learning he's been chosen. He'll carry a flag alongside German ski jumper Katharina Schmid during Friday's ceremony. More than 135,000 Germans took part in a poll to select the two flag bearers.
Ich kann es kaum erwarten, wirklich. Also ich freue mich schon seit Monaten wie ein kleines Kind drauf und rückt jetzt immer näher und das ist natürlich jetzt das i-Typ.
The Oilers played their final game tonight before the NHL's Olympic break. They were in Calgary for the Battle of Alberta. And the Milano Cortina Winter Games opening ceremonies kicks off this Friday. Excitement is already sky high for the athletes, families, and fans. However, the weather has so far been less than golden. CTV's Heather Butts reports.
A constant rain soaking the city, turning popular landmarks into a sea of umbrellas. In the north, it meant snow for the mountain regions just in time for the global event, drawing Olympic fans from around the world, including the Grandillo family from Montreal.
This is the 30th birthday trip, kind of a bucket list item for us. The opening ceremonies are on my birthday, on my 30th birthday, and being Italian, it just seemed like the most fitting event.
Though they expected more Olympic flair to be flooding the streets, not rain.
To be honest, it's not really in your face. We do see it here and there at corners, but we haven't really captured that vibe yet. I'm sure it's coming though.
Their sights set on snowboarding and hockey. With the games spread out, Milan will only see part of the action.
Per il momento no.
No?
No.
Few crowds right now, he says, but they are expected. Organizers say all competition venues are fully operational. Still, construction at the hockey rink isn't complete.
Do we have every single space in that venue finished? No. And is it absolutely needed for the games? No.
Aside from the main facilities, there are sure signs something monumental is about to happen here, drawing more than just regular tourists.
Here's something else adding to the energy. Media from around the world, such as myself, here to cover this event. Take a look at the rooftop studios using the historic Duomo as a backdrop.
We only just got here and we were like, wow, everything's Olympics. It's great. It's so much fun. I love it.
The organizing committee is pointing to the torch relay as a driver for national excitement.
This is fun to be in an environment with like thousands of people and all here for just one simple reason. It's fun.
That momentum is also reflected in demand from spectators, with roughly 1.2 million event tickets already sold and only a limited number remaining for the opening ceremony. Heather Butts, CTV News, Milan.
Coming up next, AI in central Alberta, how one data center plans to generate enough power. Also just ahead, why Canadians are up in arms over Tate McRae's latest commercial.
You're telling me you couldn't find an American pop star to do a similar commercial?
Good evening, folks. A record-setting day here in Edmonton, and once the official numbers come in tomorrow, I think there's going to be a number of spots around the province that set record highs today. Look at this, 10 degrees, and we'll be close to double digits again tomorrow afternoon. Closer look at that and the rest of your 5 and 10-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Lake Louise is one of the most iconic destinations in Canada. Over the past 15 years, visits to the area have risen dramatically, leading to overcrowding. Now, Parks Canada is seeking public feedback on how to create an enjoyable experience for all. CTV's Tyler Barrow has more.
In small communities, you notice when things change. Bill Keeling has lived in Lake Louise Village for 33 years. He remembers when you could drive up to Moraine Lake in the mid-90s. No problem.
2016, we realized we had a problem. We had so many cars in town, my wife and I barely got into town to go to our driveway.
2.6 million people visit Lake Louise annually, overcrowding facilities daily from May till October.
As the station continues to increase, new approaches and tools are needed.
Parks Canada is now seeking public feedback on how to manage increased visitor use. Parks is hoping to address 3 locations: Moraine Lake, Upper Lake Louise parking lot, and Paradise Valley. Parks previously conducted public engagement in 2024. This feedback will help guide decisions over the next 5 to 7 years.
They expect to enjoy nature. People are not coming here expecting to get the Costco parking lot vibe. And that's something we have to be very careful to listen to.
Ideas being considered are a parking reservation system, parking time limits, or a summertime ban on personal vehicles on Lake Louise Drive. Keeling wants a ban on RVs at Upper Lake Louise and a continued push for people to use public transportation. He is also against Prime Minister Mark Carney's Canada Strong Pass, which takes effect again this summer, allowing free entry into national parks.
Our park is overwhelmed already, and the park needs to be funded.
And it's not just Lake Louise feeling the pressure. The town of Banff saw a crush of people for its skiddering event last month, where spots were at a premium. The influx of vehicles on the event's first day was beyond the town's capacity, as cars were parked outside the community's entrance. 239 parking tickets were handed out. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Lake Louise.
Calgary's Tate McRae is facing backlash after she appeared in an ad promoting NBC and Team USA. As CTV's Tim Brook explains, then a few Canadians are upset with the move.
A Calgarian superstar in an American mix-up.
Oh, hi. I'm a bit lost.
Tate McRae is the lead of NBC's latest winter game spot, and she's got her eyes set south of the border.
I'm trying to get to Milan for an amazing opening ceremony and meet Team USA. Then it's the weekend with America's best skating for gold.
Now, the pop star is facing some heat.
We got to talk about Tate McRae.
Yeah, I don't like it. She's a Calgary girl. Like, you got to honor that. I'm sad. I don't like it. Not one bit.
People are pointing out that it's kind of a bad time, you know? Like, is this really the best decision in such troubling times? I think a lot of people are almost taking it as a line drawn in the sand, in a sense.
It's also not going well for McRae online. TMZ is covering this Canuck conundrum, and on Instagram, some fans are calling it a betrayal of McRae's roots. We even heard a few comparisons to Wayne Gretzky's Four Nations appearance.
You're telling me you couldn't find an American pop star to do a similar commercial?
These days, the Calgarian singer is living mostly in the U.S. and romantically linked to Team USA hockey player Jack Hughes. Fans tell us they understand it's show business, but they also hope McRae won't forget where she came from.
We're trying to support her. We just need her to give us something.
Tim Brooks, CTV News, Calgary.
A new data center in Red Deer County hopes to bring power generation and infrastructure for artificial intelligence companies online by the next year. Construction is underway on the new campus located just north of Red Deer. People overseeing the build say it will have on-site waterless power generation for heavy power users. The first phase focuses on infrastructure geared towards developing artificial intelligence. The hope is companies in tech, AI, and agriculture see the center as a reliable and affordable space to invest in.
So from our power generation and our AI infrastructure, we are super excited because we feel like on a global presence, this is going to stand out. It's really going to showcase how we can actually not only solve the infrastructure problem from power generation, but AI infrastructure, but do it sustainably and economically.
The initial build will span 119 acres and will cost $100 million for initial power generation and infrastructure. The town of Olds also recently announced its own data center project.
Programming brought to you by Senior Home Care by Angels, Canada's choice in home care.
Welcome back. As expected, a record-setting day today. We thought we'd get to 11. We got to 10.2. Which still beat the old record by almost a full degree. The old record, 9.4 from 1991. Our morning low of +1 was 5 degrees warmer than the average high for this time of year. Look at last year, -21 and -27 for the high and the low. Freezing rain warnings in effect across the north, high level, southeast towards Fort McMurray, although this is going to be more snow than freezing rain in high level. You could see several centimeters worth of snow. Fort McMurray, road's going to be pretty icy as you head through the morning hours tomorrow. And then this changes over to a chance of some wet snow to go on top of that, those icy surfaces. Should be out of there, I think, by midday, and mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Here in Edmonton, we'll see some sunshine in the morning. Clouds will increase from the north through the afternoon hours. The temperatures, as we said, still fairly mild in Edmonton tomorrow. Where you're going to notice a big change is up in the northeast in Fort McMurray. -4 tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. Watch your temperatures tomorrow afternoon. 2s and 3s for Grand Prairie, Slave Lake, Red Deer, Cold Lake. By tomorrow afternoon, you'll drop to about -7 or -8. So you go from a high of 9 this afternoon to about -8 at 5 p.m. tomorrow. A good 17-degree drop in temperatures. Some snow, as we said, tapering off by midday after the freezing rain. 5s for Slave Lake, Grand Prairie. Close to double digits in Whitecourt. Edson, Jasper, and Red Deer should get to double digits. And another day in the mid to high teens across southern Alberta. Here in Edmonton, 9 degrees tomorrow. 7 and 6 for daytime highs Friday and Saturday. You're not going to see any records fall over the next couple of days. We'd have to get to the 12 to 14 degree range to set some records, but that's still way above average. Little closer to the freezing mark for daytime highs Monday, Tuesday, and then another mini warm-up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. That is your forecast.
Balmy temperatures across the province means people are headed outdoors, and that includes golfers back on the tee box. Canada Golf Cart Driving Range was open today. They expect to be open through Sunday for anyone wanting to break out the clubs. To the south in Calgary, the front 9 is open at Fox Hollow, with staff hopeful all 18 holes will be open within the next few days. And with it being such a beautiful day, it was a great time to go for a stroll. CTV's Merrick to Cash has more on why hundreds of downtown workers took a winter walk.
Let's go to the other side. Other side.
Some light stretching before this group of co-workers embark on an active adventure over the lunch hour.
It was -30 plus the wind chill last year, so it was a tough day for an outdoor winter walk. But this year, we're literally 35 degrees warmer than we were last year, so it's just a fantastic day to be out and about.
It's Alberta Winter Walk Day, a tradition that's 21 years strong, carried on by Shape Alberta, a non-profit organization that promotes active transportation across the province.
We started Winter Walk Day with the objective to get more Albertans out and active, even if it's just a 15-minute walk on a specific day, and then hopefully the traction from that continues.
Terry Skidnick is a workplace wellness advisor for Alberta Blue Cross. He led more than 400 employees for a lap around the legislature.
It allows us just to highlight the importance of physical activity during the day, and certainly being outside also supports our mental health. And so it's just another reminder to take time each day to look after your wellness.
When I start off in the winter, it's it feels a lot easier rolling through with it into the spring and summer.
For those struggling to find motivation to get outside during the winter, Skidnick suggests keeping your goals small and achievable.
Try to look at it just as even just a short, really short goal of, okay, I'm just going to do 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. And oftentimes, once you get going, you generate some of that energy, and it's not as bad as we may think, and then we are really enjoying it.
Merrick Takash, CTV News, Edmonton.
Well, what a great day it was for a walk, and should be a nice stretch if you're looking to get outside over the rest of this here week. I might have to do the same there. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good rest of your night.